Hello, good day, everybody. I'm your host, Clip, host of Clip Sports. We're coming to you live right here, Leesburg, Virginia, Loudoun County area. Today, ladies and gentlemen, I'll tell you guys about the fact of last night's game, by the way. You know, if in fact that the Bucs are still going to go at it. Back that is yet again whether or not if the Bucs are going to be able to secure playoff spot, which they will. I don't see them going. I don't see them. They're not going back to back. I can tell you that. And as far as the Cowboys go, Dak Prescott, he came back with a vengeance, but not with the win. Oh no, he not come back with. But they're not winning the NFC Least division, which they will not do. By the way, I'll have to get you guys to that. I'll get you guys the T.J. Watt's extension offer. By the way, get you guys the fact that Big 12 has accepted BYU, Cincy, H-Town, and UCF in the conference. The Yanks have been eliminated from the playoffs. By the way, first time since 1924. Latavius Murray agrees to a one-year offer worth $2 million. By the way, Jules Randle and his son and his kiddo Kaiden, they have signed a shoe offer with JD Sports, and there'll be more news to come. By the way, I can tell you that much. And that's all there is. And that's all there is. You gotta know that, everybody. So yeah, first things first. I'm sorry, and also Gus, 2 Ravens players were injured, by the way, and that's not looking good there. I can tell you about that. I'll tell you who they are. And also Cam Newton. I'll give you the reasons why Cam Newton got released from the Patriots. I'll give you a specific reason why he got released. So get you guys to that. All right. So first things, I'm gonna get you guys to last night's puny Cowboys versus the Tampa Bay Bucs game. By the way, it was the Bucs that took out those Cowboys 31-29. I mean, look at it this way. You know, Dak Prescott came back with a vengeance, by the way. I can tell you about that. And specifically, sure, Dak Prescott was pressured in that game last night. I'll tell you though that Dak Prescott, you know, he's actually just coming off an injury. You know, first it was a gruesome low leg injury that kept him out of action, that kept him on the shelf for months, that is, and a shoulder injury from preseason. And even though he wasn't lit to potential, which obviously was not, but they still lost anyway. I can tell you that. But they lost by 2 points. I'm satisfied with that. But but the Bucs, they're not going to be back to back. At 44, Tom Brady, your career's gonna be washed ashore. I can tell you that right now, Tom Brady. You're gonna be done for, and that's that. Not last night, because even though Tom Bay exposed Dak Prescott last night, you know, I'm surprised they did. Surprised that happened. I mean, sure. You think? I mean, even though you think that Tom Brady was gonna get exposed last night, oh no, that didn't happen. I mean, sure, he may have been exposed at the Hall of Fame ceremony. Hall of Fame material, which he is. He got exposed, even though he got exposed to COVID, by the way, but not last night. Last night was not one of those nights. Last night, Tom Bay does what he simply expects, just win games, all he does. So Tom Bay, he's still good at what he does. There's going to be a point in time where he's going to hang it up. And you can say what you want, guys, but the Bucs defense got under the skin of Dak Prescott last night, which it did. And Dak Prescott was pressured in that game. Playing pressure was on him. So that is all I got to say on that, everybody. And honestly, that's all there is you need to know. So sure, the Bucs, they can still make playoff appearances. They can probably get back to the Super Bowl, but they're not going back to back. Oh no, they will not go back to back. But needs to say that the Bucs, they disappoint. I mean, that's the closest game they'll ever get. I mean, sure, it's not like the Cowboys were just like sucking up the place. I mean, sure, the Cowboys were dumpster fire last season, even though Dak Prescott had a gruesome lower left leg injury. By the way, made a mistake by coming back to Cowboy turf, dug a hole in his grave, and then all of a sudden, he still looks at potential. But then he came back last night and lost. So Dak Prescott, and some people are going to say this, Dak Prescott is MVP material. When was the last time Dak Prescott was MVP? When? Wasn't. No, Dak Prescott and the Cowboys, they're not going to the playoffs. they're not going to Super Bowl, and they're not going to win one either. I mean, sure, it's losing them, but he's not going. But he's not going back. No, but he's not going there. Which you will not. Cowboys may have another losing streak ahead of them, and they're not winning the division. They're not winning the NFC least division. They still suck anyway. I can tell you that. But last night, they showed them a showdown. You know, they didn't disappoint. I can tell you that. But they put on a hell of a showcase, which they did. So I'll give them credit for that. But it's still gonna be done for. I can tell you that much. So Cowboys lost by 2 points in that game. I mean, sure. I mean, Zeke Elliott, Dak attack Prescott. You know, probably went full attack mode, but it wasn't there. So even though Bucs like nearly dominated that game last night, I can honestly say that Bucs are still there. But they're not gonna have the Bucs. As far as the Bucs go, they're not gonna have a winning streak. They're not going to know something. That's not gonna happen. And even though people are gonna think that's the case, but it won't. But the Bucs, they most certainly are not gonna be back to back. They're not going to turn the favor much like the Lightning did, for sure. I can tell you that, which they will not be doing. Tom Brady is gonna be on the shelf, and not just that, he will be retired as well. And I'll tell you the person who's gonna retire him. Patrick Mahomes. Yes, Patrick Mahomes is gonna retire him anyway. That's what he's gonna do. So yes, Patrick Mahomes is going to get his revenge of Tom Brady for what he did this past year, this past year's February. This past year's Super Bowl, that is. And not just that, Tom Brady's going to realize that, he's done. I've done this. He's going to say to himself, I've done this in the past 20 plus years. I got to hang it up. I got to do this. I need to do that. I got to give the fans what they finally wanted all the way. I could do this on my birthday at 44. I could probably do this, probably want to get. Let me tell you this, Tom Brady. You're not going for title number 8, which you're not. You may be good at what you do, but not good enough. So honestly, Tom Brady, you're going to be done. You're going to be done for. You will be done for. You will be buried alive. And I look forward to seeing you go to the Hall of Fame. So that's all I can say on that. Those are the late birthday gifts that I can think of for you. Hall of Fame, retiring, not going back to back, which is good news, right? Which would be good news right there. Means everyone's ears. And a gold jacket, because you're going to need one, too. I'll tell you about that. I mean, should probably urinate and stuff on that Hall of Fame ceremony of yours. Hall of Fame ceremony when payment was deducted, by the way. But I'll tell you this. You probably wet yourself when you probably lose in Super Bowl 56 at SoFi Stadium. I can tell you that. So, that's all I got to say on there, everybody. So, the Bucs, they're still coming back. They got a win last night against those pathetic, measly Cowboys. That's all I can say on there, everybody. But, Cowboys aren't going no further. They may have gotten good, but not good enough with Dak Prescott back. So, Dak Prescott looking pretty good so far. And honestly, I could just honestly say that Dak Prescott, he's trying to stay alive there. He's trying to avoid. He doesn't want to repeat from last season. He made sure he was coming to the bench, but not with the win. Oh no. So that's all I can say on there, everybody. So, the Bucs beat the Cowboys. That's all I can say on there, everybody. Other news I want to get into, by the way, that T.J. Watt's agreed to a 4-year, $112 million extension offer. That includes a 5-year offer. That's worth $112 million extension. Includes $35 million signing bonus, $80 million full guarantees in the next 3 years. So T.J. Watt's happy with this contract. I can tell you that. He's going to stay with Seal Nation, by the way. That's all I can say on that, everybody. And I just think that T.J. Watt's going to be able to show up, which he will. I'm looking forward to that, everybody. Also, some other news. Not so good list for the Ravens. Two Ravens players, Gus Edwards and Marcus Peters, on the shelf with two ACL injuries on their knees and not looking good there. So I think since the Ravens may not win the division. I mean, sure, they can try to. I mean, sure, Lamar Jackson can help the Ravens get back to the playoffs. But we got two players out, Gus Edwards and Marcus Peters. That's not looking good there. But they did sign Latavius Murray to a 1-year offer. That's worth $2 million, by the way. So honestly, I don't see the Ravens walking out as winning the division. I can tell you about that. I think it's gonna. I'm gonna go for the Browns. So I think this is gonna damage the chances of the Ravens getting back to the playoffs. And I just think that Ravens may be in dire jeopardy, which they could. So I'm not sure the Ravens offense is going to turn around, or the defense is. But I mean, they're still pretty good at what they do. But I think it's safe to say that Probably this is one of the reasons why the Ravens aren't going to be able to make it to the playoffs, and I think the Browns are going to win the division, which I can see right there, and that's all there is you need to know on everybody. So I do look forward to that. So I wish to be covered, by the way, which I do. That's all I can say on there, everybody. Also, another news that MVP candidate Orange Julius Randle and his kiddo Kynan, they have signed a shoe offer with JD Sports, so big congrats to them on that. So the best news yet there. Also, some other news, by the way, that the Big 12 accepted a BYU, Cincy, H-Town, Houston, and UCF to the Big 12 Conference, so that's a big surprise there. Also, the Yanks will not be going to the playoffs. They've eliminated for the first time. I mean, they got eliminated in a 4-game series, not going to the playoffs for the first time since 1924. So they got eliminated by the Blue Jays in a 4-game series against them. And Yanks, they're done. So that's all there's I can say on there, everybody. And also some other news, by the way, that let's see what we got here. Cam Newton said this. I'll give you the reason why Cam Newton was saying this. The only reason why he decided to why he was released. And sorry guys, why he got released. And there's a reason why. It was because of his aura, how he talks. The way he talks, dresses, and dances. That's the reason why Bill Belichick let him go. And he also says that Mac would have been uncomfy, we would have got had gotten the way none of that would have ever happened. Also says right here that Cam Newton says my aura is my gift and curse. When just get Cam to a facility or a franchise, people are interested by a mere fact of who is he, who's Cam Newton, what's he gonna do, why does he wear his hair, talk, perform, all these questions, not bitter. So Cam Newton was surprised by this at all. Let me tell you this right now. I'll give my reason why Cam Newton just got released. What the reason why he got released? Even though it may have something to do with the fact that he had COVID, had a COVID protocol misunderstanding, and even though he failed to help the Patriots make it back to the playoffs, and they missed the playoffs in over 8 years. So clearly, even though he didn't go back to the Super Bowl, he's not a Super Bowl champ. So honestly, I think that Cam Newton, wherever he goes, and that's that. I can tell you that much. So that's all there's need to know on there, everybody. And honestly, that's all there's need to know on there, everybody. So and yeah, Cam Newton got released prior to that because of his aura, style, hairstyle, way he talks, dresses, and dances around the place. I mean, it's just uncalled for. So Cam Newton, it seems that you just don't live to expectations, And I think that Cam Newton, you should just retire anyway. That's what you should do. So that's all there's I can say on that, everybody. So that's all there's I can say on there, everybody. That's all there is you need to know on there, everybody. And that's everything you need to know, everybody, on that note. So that's all there is for that. So Cam Newton is probably the reason why he's not going to win He's not going to ever win a Super Bowl title. And he's only made one Super Bowl appearance. So I mean, he's a former MVP, but he lost that game once back in 2015. But I think that Cam Newton's going to just hang it up anyway. Because if there's no teams that are interested in Cam Newton, just hang up the phone. Just don't call anybody. Or if there's any teams that are interested in Cam Newton, by the way, or if there's any, or if Cam Newton's interested in teams that have interest in him, well, just go. So that's all there's. That's everything you need to know in there. But I just think that Cam Newton's going to do so on that note, and I think that he's not intending to retire just yet. He's got a lot of football left in him, and I think that he'll just do the right thing, just defend what they want. That's all those I can say on that, buddy. Also, some other news I want to get to, by the way, that Cesar Millan was sued over his pit bull junior biting Lydia Matisse, a gymnast, at the USA Gymnastics Junior Olympics programs, and his dog Junior killed Queen Latifah's dog and tried to cover it whole thing up though. So Lydia was injured, by the way, was bitten by Cesar Millan's dog, and now Lydia, she's also suing for unspecified damages, by the way. Now Junior Cesar Millan's pit bull also attacked Queen Latifah's dog as well, and one of his dogs was killed. So honestly, this is not looking good, I can tell you that. So she was looking for unspecified damages, and those are because that Cesar Millan can face. That's everything he's doing that. So that storyline's not going anywhere anytime soon. That's everything to know, everybody. Also, another news I want to sort of get into, by the way, that I want to happy birthdays out to Ryan Phillippe, Randy Johnson, Big Daddy Kane, Roger Maris, Sheck West, Misty Copeland, Sam Kerr, Joey Votto, Coco Roca, Sarah Logan, Aaron Dark, Paul Gridschmidt, Ben Wallace, Jay Williams, Leanna Bardval, and that's so let me know your birthday wishes. Shout tweet, please be sure you do so on that. That's everything you know on that, but that's all there is you need to know. Also, another news that Spider-Man 2 game will be coming out in 2020. If you guys see that trailer, guys, check it out. And also has Venom, by the way, in that as well. So that's everything you need to know on that. So it's amazing. Trailer's pretty amazing. Get out, guys. Also, guys, the Wolverine, that will be out for PS5, by the way. That is in development, by the way. It's pretty good. Also, the God of War Ragnarok, that game will be coming out 2022. So that's surprise news there, and all the other games as well. Check it out, guys. Now, yesterday, I know this for a fact that it was Crash Bandicoot's 25th anniversary milestone birthday, and there's supposed to be a big reveal, by the way, yesterday on Crash Bandicoot's birthday. And it has something to do with Wumpa League, or it's got something to do with a new game, I guess. They didn't reveal that. Or this, guys. I know you guys are wanting this to happen. I know you guys want this to ensue. That yesterday would have been the day, a historic day, that Crash Bandicoot would have finally completed console wars yet again by being in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, by the way, as the last DLC character. But I think on the Smash Bros. Ultimate Twitter site, so there's going to be additional fighters, by the way, and it could involve Crash Bandicoot, and I hope that happens. Yesterday would have been that day. I swore it could have been that day. So that is all there is you need to know on that, everybody. And I'm not sure what's keeping everybody waiting. And that's also happy belated 25th milestone birthday to Crash Bandicoot, by the way, and happy 23rd birthday to Spyro the Dragon as well. So that's all there is you need to know on that, everybody. So that's all I can say. So that is pretty much the message yet there, and that's all I can say on that. So also some other news here that Jason Mayhem Miller was arrested for domestic abuse after getting physical with a woman, by the way, at a San Fernando Valley. He was tased by the LAPD. His bail set at $1.385 million, by the way, so that's not looking good there. He's done for, I can tell you that, and he could be facing jail time for that. And if he's not convicted, though, that's all there is for that. Also, guys, another news. Chris Sale has COVID for the illness, so not looking good there, I can tell you that much, and that's all there is for that. And also, guys, get this. This piece of trash who basically was a Christian guy by the name of Logan Dorn was accused of sexually harassing younger women over bikinis and all this stuff. The young women were 18. This was at a Fort Collins reservoir, by the way. He was 20. He's 27. He got released from at Mighty Hand Construction, by the way, from the incident. Now these women, I think one's a TikToker by the name of Mia, and one of the other friend is Maddie, and the other one I think was So that's all there's. So there were I think 9 women, by the way, the young age 18 or 19, I guess, and these women were being harassed by Logan Dorn, and they could have and what these women would have done, they could have pressed charges against Logan Dorn. They could sue Logan Dorn, and they could put Logan Dorn in jail. And the police were looking into this. They would arrest Logan Dorn for good. I can tell you that much. So that's all there is I can say on that. But and I hope that this doesn't happen to any other women or anyone else. That's something that it just can't happen. Also, tomorrow, by the way, I will be doing a historic 9/11 Khalil the Hollywood Sports Board edition. I know we didn't forget what happened 20 years ago, and I know it's rough and all as soon as the Twin Towers collapsing in New York City. We didn't forget that. So it's a day that we didn't forget, guys. We never forget, guys. Never forget. So that's all you guys need to know in there, buddy. Ladies and gentlemen, I'll do it there for the Khalil Sports Board. Like, subscribe to the Khalil Sports Board YouTube channel, Facebook page, by any number necessary. Be sure to send me your comments, your thoughts, and reactions of Cowboys losing to this Tampa Bay Bucs. Thoughts about that? Let me know. Comes to I'll address my share, buddy. Thoughts of Cam Newton says that his aura was the reason why he got released. Thoughts about that? Your thoughts on Latavius Murray agreeing to a 1-year offer with the on the Ravens, by the way. That's offer is worth $2 million. Thoughts on TJ Watt agreeing to a 5-year extension offer that's $112 million. By the way, thoughts about that? I'll just my share, buddy. Thoughts on the Gus Edwards Marcus Peters being on the show with ACL injuries. Thoughts about that? I'll just my share, buddy. That's all I can say. Now back for breaking news. The times live updates. And also, guys, tonight it's gonna be SmackDown at the Garden. By the way, that's tonight, guys. Just don't miss that. Check it out, guys. I'll throw you to know on that. That's all I can say. So I'd like to subscribe to Khalil Sports with YouTube channel on Facebook, but that's all I can say. So take care, you guys. And also, my G-Men are going to own the Broncos, and next week they will own and beat down the Washington like they always have. So that's next week, guys. So I was going to say that. Take care, you guys. You guys have a good day. Please be safe with it. Bye-bye.